Hi guys, happy Sunday and welcome back to Unveiling with Nisi. In this episode, we are going to be talking about resigning from a job that no longer serves you. I've already resigned from 2 jobs now, and it's not something I'm proud about. It's never something I'm proud about, but for my peace and my mental health, I had to step away. So let's deep dive into that because I'm fresh off work and I am excited to talk about this. So let's go. Hey, this is Nisian and you are tuned into Unveiling with Nisi. In this podcast, I want to share some of my life experiences that incorporate both personal growth and how I overcame some challenges I faced on my journey to a more peaceful life. I strongly believe in the saying, each one teach one, because everyone has some lesson or advice that can lead to personal or professional growth in another. I want to use this platform to invite friends, family, and friends that will eventually become family to share their lived experiences as well. Stories will be shared about my personal experiences in relationships, friendships, and hardships that made me into the woman I am today. There will be difficult conversations, and there will also be easy ones. But the difficult ones are what I love to share. Through difficult conversations, we can find answers that we never knew we wanted. These answers bring us both peace and some level of acceptance, in my opinion. So come on a journey with me as I create space not just to release through conversations, but to also have you as my listeners take something away at the end of the discussions. So guys, let's kick it off with the reason why I'm choosing or what led me to resign from my dialysis job. So the biggest thing was insubordination. So when you get into dialysis, the first thing a lot of people are going to ask you is like, so how many years have you been doing dialysis or how long have you been in dialysis? And when you're new to it, there's going to be hesitation from staff. So with that hesitation comes certain levels of insubordination, meaning that people don't trust what you're telling them to do, or they're not open to having a conversation when it comes on to running the treatments. And some of the insubordination can come off very disrespectful or very rude or very dismissive. And you will get that if you're new to dialysis, especially as a technician or as a nurse, right? I realized very quickly that the technicians have respect for people who have more experience, and when it comes on to you as a new staff, it's like, oh, she's new, it's whatever, right? So I had to deal with different levels of insubordination when it comes on to working with the technicians. When I'm working with other nurses, so smooth, so relaxed, no tension. And that is kind of just us having a understanding as nurses. But in all honesty, when you're working as a nurse in the clinic, as a registered nurse, the technicians are actually practicing on your license. So you want to have a relationship with them, but what happens when they don't want that relationship with you? And that is kind of where I think I run into a few issues, because I had to talk up and report people, because I'm at that age where I no longer care for disrespect. Like, I'm not going to sit and bottle it up and let it eat me inside. I'm just going to report you. So if you want to be disrespectful, I'm going to report you. If you want to be rude to me, I'm going to report you. So I am not going to be sitting here and going back and forth with you. I'm too grown for that. And I'm not going to be like tit for tat. I'm too grown for that. So whatever you're doing, I'm going to have the manager talk to you about it. So I kind of realized that when I had to be constantly reporting people, it became a little bit annoying because this is kind of childish to me. Like, why can't people just come to work and do their work? So the biggest one was the insubordination on different levels from certain technicians when working in this field. The next thing is I had to deal with waking up at 2:45 in the morning. So the long hours in chronics is crazy to me. So basically I had to wake up 2:45 a.m. in order to get ready to leave out by 3:30 so I can make it to work by 4 o'clock so I can do all my med preps and medication checks and fridge checks before patients start coming into the clinic for treatment at 5. People don't count into the fact that you wake up and then get ready for work. Some people think about your work hours and it's like, oh, that's not bad. But you have to count the fact that we have to wake up, we have to bathe, we have to get ready, we have to dress, we have to drive to the clinic and then finish work and then drive back home and then take a shower and then try to eat something. So it's like you have these long days, and then on your day off, it's like you still have to get up and do whatever you need to do in your personal life. And for me, I work every other day. So I do like the schedule because it's every other day. But because it's such long hours, I find myself sleeping out most of my day off, getting up, trying to get things done in a timely fashion, and then try to get to bed at an early time so I can get sufficient rest. So since I've started this job, I have slept only like 5 hours the night before work. And I realized that, oh my God, it worked when Azalea was not here. But now that Azalea is here for the summer, it's not working for me at all because she wants to be with mommy. She wants to spend time with mommy. So hats off to the nurses that have kids and actually do this job, because since Azalea has been here, I've been trying my best to be very present with her. And whenever she's like, oh, I want to be with mommy, I want to spend time with mommy, I am just like, yes, come and sleep with mommy. Yes, come and be with mommy. Yes, let's watch a cartoon. And then it runs into me missing out on sleep. So my sleep will get less and less, like 4 hours. So, and if you know me, I have to sleep. I have to sleep, and the long hours is just treacherous, right? So yeah, moving on from that, the last thing I'm going to talk about is this bully mentality. Like, I thought bullying at bedside was bad. In dialysis, it is cutthroat because these people just seriously, I don't know where they get them from. You would think that people working with patients with chronic illness on a daily basis would have some level of empathy, but I don't think they care. And that is for both acutes and chronics. I have worked with staff that just, they know how to fake a smile and fake a relationship, and it kills me inside because I hate the fakeness. There's no way you can treat people like crap today and then come tomorrow like, hi, good morning, how are you doing? How's your daughter? How is it? How is this? How is that? I had this. No. And then for me, it's like, if you say something extremely mean to me and then think you are going to be friendly, happy-go-lucky, or I'm supposed to swallow that because that's your personality, miss me with it. Miss me with it. I don't deal with that. I don't like bullying. I don't like people that treat people like crap. I don't like people that think it is cute to be mean. I don't get it. Like, just come and do your work. You don't need to come here and showcase how mean you can be to someone. And I have been observing that in both the acute and the chronic setting. And even though, I went on Facebook and will join these little dialysis groups to kind of observe and see what happens in other areas. And it's the same thing everywhere. It is the same thing everywhere. Both technicians or nurses are complaining about how they're treated by their staff. And that is why some of them just completely leave dialysis, or they venture into different areas of nursing. So I've heard of people that leave dialysis and go into like bedside nursing, or people that not necessarily leave dialysis, but go into traveling, right? So Those are my three biggest reasons for leaving: the long hours, the insubordination, and the bully mentality that happens in the dialysis setting. And I did not want to share this, but I'm going to share it anyways. One of the other reasons why I'm leaving is because I felt like I no longer belong there. There is a specific culture that dominates that clinic, and I'm just going to say I feel like I am not a part of the team. I have been basically ignored multiple times by a specific staff member, and I have been dismissed multiple times, or I have seen where I have vocalized certain things and I am treated like, oh, you're creating this in your head, or you're overthinking it, or stuff like that. Like being, I'm put in a position to feel as if I am the reason why I'm feeling like how I'm feeling, and not necessarily the environment. So when you're of a different culture and you're like the only one in that culture that works there, like it's not as diverse, you're going to feel that way because they are used to working together in a certain way, and they are not going to change that for anyone really. So honestly, I had to sit down with the manager and I said, look, there is a specific culture here and I observe it, and I'm not the only one that observed it. The other nurse, the other, not nurse, but the other technician who is black, she is leaving, and she's leaving, well, she explained to me why she's leaving, and it's the same reason of like how I'm feeling. She never felt like she was a part of the team. And in my time working there and observing how the technicians worked, they helped out each other, and I would see her sinking over there, and in many cases I would have to go over there and help her. And I totally understand why she would leave, because if you're working as a technician on the floor and you don't feel that support from your fellow technicians, you're going to walk away. Because I'm not a tech, I'm not looking for support from them, but I'm looking for them to at least respect me as the nurse, and I don't get that level of respect. And then they would either say that, oh, this person don't do this like this, or this person don't do that like that, but I am not that person, and anything or any decision that I'm making it for the safety of the patient. And if you don't feel like I'm making a good decision, then hey, have a conversation with me, but don't go to the side and speak in a different language, or speak behind my back, or do other things that makes me feel uncomfortable while I'm working there. So, yeah, that's another reason why I'm leaving the job. I no longer trust the people I work with, and I no longer feel comfortable working there. And what makes this even more difficult with leaving is that I have built up a rapport with most of the patients in the clinic, and although they kind of understand the difficulty we face when it comes on to being short staffed and all of that, they don't see the politics on the back end of it. Some may realize, but some don't. And that kind of breaks my heart, because I love working with these patients. You know, you build that relationship. They talk about their life, they talk about their family when they come in, and it's just nice to communicate with these patients. So when I was making this decision, it was really hard for me to step away because of the bond I've created with some of the patients. Resigning is never easy. It's going to come with some fears or some concerns. The first fear is like, how are your patients going to take it? And for me, because I've had build this rapport with most of them, I was kind of fearful of telling some of them that I'm leaving. And I was pretty shocked when I told some of them, and they were like, yeah, I totally understand. This place is a pretty rough place to work because they are always so short staff and the turnover is so quick. Let's put it that way. It's a quick turnover when it comes on to this clinic because of the workload, and they've observed it with every nurse that they have seen that come in and work in here. But just to go back to the same thing, I'm just saying, overall, although the patients have to deal with the turnover, when it comes on to the personal level, it is never easy to walk away or step away. Do I know where I am going after this? No, I do not. But I think I need a well needed break from dialysis. I have been doing it for a year and I'm already burnt, right? Just dealing with some of the patients and even dealing with staff. And I think I just need to step away for now. And I'm thinking about taking some time off in August. So I'm going to take a personal break in August and I am going to spend some time to love on Azalea, do things that she wants to do. Let her play, enjoy, go to the zoo, go to the parks, go to water parks. Let her full blown enjoy this summer and just enjoy her birthday as well. She's going to be turning 5 and it is a big step for her. And I'm happy to that she's here to spend that with us. So I don't have any big plans coming up, although I'm resigning. I don't have any jobs lined up. There is nothing waiting in the pipeline for me. I am just literally taking a life break in August. And I always was kind of scared of doing something like this, but I think it's necessary to do it. I think it's necessary to do it right now. If not now, when, right? So I think it's necessary to do it now. And I may or may not go back into traveling and just hit the road. I don't know where I'm going to go. Maybe Georgia, maybe South Carolina, maybe North Carolina. I kind of want to stay on the East Coast so I can come back home. Like, for example, if I have a couple days off, I can always fly back home and just spend those days with Ryan. So that is the plan for now, to just take a mental break in August and be present with my baby, enjoy her, and just make sure that she has the time of her life for this summer. If you are going through a resignation or you're thinking about resigning, just make sure that you weigh out your pros and your cons. Make sure you're making the best decision for you, because although some of us are looking to resign, we have to make sure that we are able to at the time that we want to do it. You don't want to burn any bridges, and neither do you want to put yourself in a very rough patch, right? Because as much as I want to achieve happiness, I don't want to struggle to happiness. Like, I don't want to leave my job without knowing that I'm not able to financially take care of myself or be able to support my family. So just be mindful of these things when you're looking to resign. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this break from just everything and just to stay home and relax for a couple weeks. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this here, and I wish you guys the best in everything you're doing. Even if you're in a rough patch right now, just know that with time things will pass, and all you have to do is plan ahead and make sure that regardless of any decisions you make in life, make sure that you're doing the right decisions for you and that you're not living someone else's dream. Have a wonderful day. Bye.